Hi, welcome to our Wednesday devotion for today. We've been reading you selections from Henry Nouwen, and so far we haven't run out of them because he wrote a lot. So we're just going to keep doing that until we decide to change it up on you. Also, we should introduce ourselves. I'm Kayla Carrico, Director of Youth Ministries, and this is...
I'm Megan Alden, Director of Children and Family Ministries.
And so we've come together to bring you Wednesday morning devotions, and we realize we both like Henry Nouwen. So today's devotion I am pulling from the book Spiritual Formation that I had to read for a class in seminary called Spiritual Formation. And so, so there's a Nouwen quote that I pulled from it that I think gives a really good image. I'll go ahead and read it. I once saw a stonecutter remove great pieces from a huge rock on which he was working. In my imagination, I thought, that rock must be hurting terribly. Why does this man wound the rock so much? But as I looked longer, I saw the figure of a graceful dancer emerge gradually from the stone. And so there are a few discussion questions, or not really discussion, but questions for reflection that come after this that I think are pretty good. In what ways do you feel the pain of the rock being made into a statue of a dancer? What chipping away at the protective wall of your soul do you feel God may be engaged in right now? In what ways are you resisting or resenting the process? In what ways are you open or grateful? I think these are all good questions, and I just love the mental image of a chunk of rock being made into a sculpture. It makes me think of how like the great Renaissance artists like Michelangelo were said to like look at a big chunk of rock or marble and see the sculpture inside of it and be able to bring it out. And so, yeah, what are your thoughts, Megan?
I agree. I mean, I think we've all taken a moment to look at something and think, how can that be beautiful? How can that, And all of a sudden, when you think about a rock becoming a beautiful dancer, I mean, it just changes your perspective of how you look at things.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And we're all moldable. We're all able to be changed a little bit, and we can all become that beautiful dancer. But as with your other questions, sometimes there is some resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Not always easy.
No, I mean, it's the feeling of being chipped away at like a rock isn't always a, not painful image. I think sometimes growing hurts. You have growing pains spiritually as well as physically when you're a kid. And
Definitely.
I think another way that I've looked at it before is like pruning a plant in order to make it produce more fruit. Sometimes it doesn't feel very good to be pruned, but ultimately you grow better and more. And so growing is hard sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But, when you spend time on yourself growing spiritually, I kind of like what you said about the pruning, Sometimes we have to trim back a little to grow and to see new horizons in front of us. But yeah, I mean, it takes some time and it even takes some practice, but it's kind of worth it in the end.
Mm-hmm. Willing to let
you can become a beautiful dancer.
Yeah. We just have to be willing to let God make us into who we're meant to be.
Not resist. Don't resist. He knows what's best. Definitely.
Well, and I guess that's the thought that we have for you today. Hope you have a good day. Hope that you do okay with your growing pains.
Definitely. We'll see you next week, everyone. Have a great day and a week ahead.